In 2010, the Washington Post, where democracy goes to die in darkness, nudged reporter Dave Weigel out the door after his personal hatred and contempt for conservatives was leaked publicly. The Post editor at the time acknowledged that Weigel lacked the impartiality necessary to be a good reporter. Well, that lasted until the presidential election of 2016 rolled around, when Weigel was rehired by the Post, only to then be shamed and forced into an apology by President Trump after Weigel tweeted out a fake image of a Trump rally. So it's hardly a surprise that Weigel is at it again, this time with a new piece in the Post warning that a current crop of Republican candidates are envisioning, if not trying to stoke themselves, a coming civil war. He calls their rhetoric bracing, writing, "Many Republicans say that liberals hate them personally and may turn rioters or a police state on people who disobey them." Gee, Dave, did you even take time to consider the premise and ask why many Republicans might be thinking those things? Could it be, and of course I'm just spitballing here, that they feel this way because surveys show that liberals do in fact hate them personally and won't even consider friendship with them? Could it be that they feel that way because while they were being locked in their homes to make sure they didn't breathe on anybody, liberals in charge let radical rioters raze their entire cities and burn their storefronts to the ground? All without legal punishment. Could it be that they feel that way because when they decided to defend their cities and their streets, when their liberal governments wouldn't, that those same incompetent liberal governments then tried to charge them with murder? Could it be they feel that way because while my body, my choice is unimpeachable moral logic when it comes to killing a developing baby human in the womb, liberal governments told them that that doesn't apply when it comes to having a COVID shot stabbed in your arm, and if you don't do it, you're either going to lose your job or lose your right to travel freely. Could it be they feel that way because liberal governments were more than happy to impose pornographic or sexually explicit curriculum on their kids, but when they went to school board meetings to simply read aloud what the curriculum said, liberal school boards did this?
I'm going to read you an assignment given to my 15-year-old daughter at a local high school.
I ask you simply, this is a public meeting. I ask for decorum.
And this.
He began to
I'm going to stop you right there, sir. I'm going to stop you right there.
Turn the microphone off.
Turn off his microphone, please.
Could it be that they feel that way because while liberals went apoplectic when candidate Donald Trump made this caustic remark to Hillary in 2016?
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Liberals went nuts warning everybody that such rhetoric about jailing political opponents, that's not what free societies do, that kind of stuff is reserved only for dictatorships. And Republicans are sitting there remembering how the Obama IRS legally harassed and punished them as political opponents. And they're looking around seeing that the Biden Justice Department is currently punishing enemies of the state in a new domestic war on terror, where those with Trumpian views are the terrorists. Look, a civil war is the last thing anyone should want, and hopefully it's the last thing that anyone does want. And Dave, I'm not interested in doing your job, but when you are putting your political opponents on house arrest, jabbing needles that they don't want into their arms, indoctrinating their kids with nutty and gross stuff, torching their businesses and throwing them in prison, you can't be shocked when those people think that you might have it in for them.